It's another historic weekend of Formula One here at Zandvoort. The track has seen many unforgettable moments, like Gilles Villeneuve's three-wheeled lap at the 1979 Dutch Grand Prix, which cost him victory. What excitement lies ahead this year? There's never a dull moment at Circuit Zandvoort. It's fast, very fast, with long straights and wide curves. But it also features two heavy banked corners, where aerodynamic improvements are sure to help our drivers. The season is about halfway through, and it makes me wonder, what else is in store for the teams? Well, there's only one way to find out. The competition is on. We return for the next day of our highly anticipated race weekend, which sees the end of practice and the start of qualifying. Practice 3 affords the teams one final opportunity to tweak their setups as the drivers get to grips with the tracks every turn. Once they reach qualifying, there simply won't be time to think twice. Drivers will need to outdo one another if they're to climb their way up the grid and secure themselves a solid starting position for tomorrow's race. There's not much left to say, so let's get into it. Welcome to race day. And before we get down to it, last-minute checks are being made.
Aston Martin were on target for qualifying. Now it's up to them to defy expectations for the race itself. Williams had a good performance in qualifying. Now they'll be eager to demonstrate that they can have an even better race. A sunny day here with only a few clouds in the sky. If things stay this way, the weather shouldn't pose any challenges to the teams.
So it's time for some fighting between the sand dunes, here at the Dutch Grand Prix. I don't want to tempt fate, but there are quite a few clouds overhead as we look at the lineup on the grid. Taking a look at the Aston Martin. Not as close to the front as they might have wished for, but we know the race order can change a lot during those first few corners. There's the second Aston Martin. They're in the front half of the pack, so there's plenty of potential for them. The race start is mere seconds away. Here we go, it's the Dutch Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go. Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position. We've just had a spin.
This is good, come on.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place. Let's take a closer look. So this was the Aston Martin. Oh, there's a spin! Let's take a look at the replay. Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved. And there it is. That's where they spin out. Here's the replay. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin. The driver's team there cheering them on. Let's see what happened there. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin. That was a big moment. The team are clearly delighted. Let's have a look. So this was the Aston Martin. A bold move indeed. And with that, they've gained a position. We can take a look now. So this was the Aston Martin. Gaining a position.
Box.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position. Let's take a look at the replay. So this was the Aston Martin. Goodness me, there they go, moving ahead of the other driver. The team watching on and clearly loving that. Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place. Here's the replay. So this was the Aston Martin. And there they go, moving up a position in the pack. Back in the garage, the team absolutely loved it.
Car in the wall.
There's been a crash. Let's have a look. Now just focus on the Haas. That crash is terrible news for the team.
Save fuel, save fuel. Five more laps. Save fuel. So this is last lap, you can push the tyres. So that's checkered flags. That's checker flag.
What an incredible outcome for Aston Martin's driver. Today, Aston Martin demonstrated that they can go very far indeed.
That's right, they've made some fine strategic decisions here, and it's brilliant to see them pay off.
That's right, and they finished the race weekend in third place in the constructor standings.
We now look ahead to the next round in Monza in Italy. The Temple of Speed is waiting and the teams will be ready and raring to go.